Looks like I came out the wrong way. I've got this milkshake over here. Oh, boy, it smells real good. This milkshake is a little homemade recipe for milkshakes. It's so easy to make and it just tastes so good. All you do is you chuck a little bit of almond butter, a little bit of coconut milk, and a couple of frozen bananas. Juice it all up and you get this kind of ice creamy, coconutty, oof. A few of you might have noticed, there's not really a lot of milkshake in here. It's not what you would call a whole milkshake. This is just kind of what was left. There was like a little bit left, but I have a solution to that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna water it down. Just like magic, you have a full drink, full milkshake. It's mostly water, I'll be honest, but you could taste a little bit of milkshake in there too, which is pretty good. This is a spoiler-free review, okay? I'm not gonna touch the spoilers. I'm just gonna have a kind of a general discussion without giving away the ending or anything super important. I think I should start this review by saying I'm a little bit out of touch with the whole Star Wars world. I haven't watched the last movie because it's not that I hate Star Wars. I'm not anti-Star Wars. I don't hate it. Can you blame a guy for losing interest after a while? No. I found it to be pretty enjoyable. It does seem to me that the bad outweighed the good. I think partly because most of the good stuff is pretty highly concentrated at the beginning of the movie. In the first half. And then the rest of the movie, there's not a lot of redeemable qualities to make this really worth watching. Column 1, likes. The stuff I liked about this movie. First of all, Alden Ehrenreich. I thought he was pretty good. I'm not saying I loved his performance. He was pretty good. I haven't seen Han Solo in a movie for a very long time, so for me it's almost a new character. So I kind of enjoyed that he's got this kind of rebellious streak, but it kind of just tapers off. They kind of forget in the rest of the movie that he's rebellious. They show it in the beginning, and then the rest of the movie they're just like, whoops, we forgot. There was one thing that he did a lot, which is that super charming Han Solo grin, which it just looked extremely rehearsed, and it looked more and more rehearsed when he did it like for the 20th time. A scene at the beginning that I really liked, which was Han Solo trying to escape that planet that he's on. And he's got on this little Star Wars car. What do you call a Star Wars car? A speeder? Isn't that one of the Star Wars motorbikes? And he gets all cocky at one point. And he's like evading these cops. I got a chunky bit. They're evading the Star Wars cops. It was very kind of well intentioned, I think, and well placed. And then it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the film. And so I kind of like that. But then again, I guess they kind of forget about it at a certain point. And he just goes on to being regular Han Solo. So anyway, I'm trying to be positive here. This is the good stuff, okay? Then there's a couple of things very tightly packed together that just one after the other that I really enjoyed. And the fact that they're so close together kind of really got me on this movie's side. I was on this movie's side. I wanted it to be good, and I thought it might be. And it starts with Han Solo meets Chewie for the first time. I won't give it away. This is a spoiler-free review. I like the way that it played out. It was, they meet up and, they're not friends. And then we jump into this train robbery scene, which was a pretty good action scene, It wasn't, I'm not going to say it's like mind-blowing, okay? It's not the most extravagant, amazing action scene you've ever watched, but it was decent. It was fun to watch. Then there's a ship that lands on the planet that's like very oddly shaped. It's like wickedly tall, and there's this room at the top, and once you get close to the ship you hear this this music, and there's this lounge singing duo at the top of there. And it's this lady with like gold, this weird ornaments all over her, and like gold hanging all over her, She's like the female lead vocalist, and the male lead vocalist is like this octopus thing in a tank. But it was just such a weird little touch that I really enjoyed. Most of what I was enjoying at this point was production design elements. This weird looking train that they rob, this funny looking ship, these marauders. There's all kinds of stuff that I was enjoying. That was like weirdly interesting, and this party lounge and everything. But I don't know if I can really give this movie that much credit for that stuff, because that stuff it just kind of comes with a package when you make a Star Wars movie, right? It's kind of pre-existing. So I don't know if I can really give it credit, but these seemed like original elements to me. It's in the same scene, right at the peak, right when I'm on this movie's side more than ever. I'm ready to have a good movie, and I feel like that's the end. And then there's nothing else that's really good until the climax. I thought the climax was pretty solid. The only other thing that was pretty good was the girlfriend, Han Solo's girlfriend. I've forgotten her name. She has a pretty interesting character arc. She's not an especially deep character. You don't really know what she's about. There's kind of a little bit of mystery about her. I didn't like her character that much, but I liked the way that this little mystery, this intrigue, this ambiguity kind of played out. And right in the middle of the scene that I'm enjoying myself, you get introduced to the villain. Column 2, dislikes. Disliked the lead villain. The first time you meet him, he's killing somebody for no good reason. Oh no, boy, he's bad, isn't he? Kills for no good reason. That's not a spoiler. It's not even. It doesn't. There's nobody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that he's killing somebody. This person is bullshit. It's like the person is only there so that he can get killed. So that was pretty cliche and boring and. But it was really the continued dullness that followed this scene that really sealed the deal. Then we get to meet Lando. I didn't like Lando. Lando as a character is fine. It pains me to say this, okay? I'm a big fan of Donald Glover. Boy, did he suck in this role. He just really sucked as Lando for me. And it felt like such a... At every moment you felt him putting on this performance. I felt like he was really overacting, you know, like when he's doing his stand-up and he kind of does these caricatures, like he was making a joke. I felt like I couldn't take this guy seriously in this role because of the way that he laid it on so thick. And it's really all the way through, even in the really serious parts of the film, where things are emotional and where he's having this emotional moment, and he's still overacting. He's still pushing way too hard, and I don't know why he did that. I don't know what's up with that, and it pains me to say it, but I really did not like it. I thought it was terrible. The scene where you meet Lando and his sidekick is a pretty decent scene. There's this like card game thing that goes on. I liked the interaction between Han Solo and Lando at this point. I like the way that they meet. There's a little bit of something going on there that was interesting that I liked. But the sidekick of Lando's, this robot, is just the most grating. She's like rude all the time. That's her thing. She's just rude. But she's also like liberation for robots. Every time she was on the screen, she was like soaking up all the scenery with how loud and obnoxious she was being. It's just like, okay, can we stop with that? Can we get on with the movie? I don't want to be horrible to this actress or this character. It irritated the crap out of me. Lando's robots, so that was pretty bad. Then there's the ending. We get the cool climax. We move straight on to a dull and uninspired ending. And it just, at this point, you really get the feeling like, okay, this movie's not for grown-ups. This movie really it's for kids. I feel a little bit weird about being here in this movie theater right now. This movie's for kids. But it's not just that makes the ending bad. Oh boy, no.
Well, that it were so simple.
There's something that I'm not spoiling anything, but there's something that happens at the end. I'm not giving it away, okay? But if you've seen the movie, that thing that happens with the hologram is like the most cringy shit. Oh boy, if you haven't seen this movie and you happen to be watching this review, write in the comments, try to imagine the stupidest thing that they could include at the very end. Just the stupidest thing. And if you're stupid enough, you might get close. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff. It just seems to me that the bad stuff is just general dullness that starts after a certain point, and that just far outweighs all of the good stuff. It just gets completely outweighed by this general kind of dullness. It's a worthwhile way to spend 2 hours. It's a decent afternoon. It's just nothing special. It's just pretty run-of-the-mill. It's okay. That's it for me. That's my take on it. It's okay.